What is good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast. Here, I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, we are joined by Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
I'm feeling fantastic. Happy opening day for baseball, if you're a baseball fan. I just saw my team won today. Go Yankees.
First and
Unfortunately.
foremost, hold on, time out. By the way, I forgot to inform you guys, this is Jarrett's official last day now because he just said that because it's fuck the Yankees. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding about fuck the Yankees, but I'm kidding about his last day. He will be back next week, and the week after, and every other week after. Yeah, happy opening day. I have an idea. I haven't done this in a while.
Yep. Oh boy.
Gotta pop a bottle here. Got some Buffalo Trace here.
Yeah, Buffalo.
We'll just do a little bit. We'll just do a tiny bit. You know, gotta get the little. We'll just go ahead and cheers it up. Good Lord, Buffalo Trace is good. But yeah, cheers to opening day. Obviously, you mentioned that you've gotten to watch your team.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, when we're recording this, as of this moment, is 7:37 p.m. Let's see here. Pirates won.
Hey.
So the Pirates won in 12 against the Marlins, so that's nice to see. You guys have been able to watch your team?
Yep.
And I still have about 2.5 hours to watch my team because apparently we want to start out on the freaking West Coast. Some bullshit, man. It's the second or third straight year that this has happened. And then
it's unfortunate.
We have our opening day, our home opener isn't until April 8th.
Oh, wow.
And you know what's ironic is April 8th is also, if you guys don't know, because you may not, I mean, you probably have heard about it, but not nearly as much as I have about this eclipse that's coming up.
Oh, heard a little bit.
So the eclipse. So for those that don't know very much about it or whatever, where I live, my city, we are dead. Like when you look at that long path, when you go up to the top of Ohio, I'm right in the middle of that path. We are one of the top cities, top areas that are going to be able to see it from this part of the region.
Wow. So,
hey, that's going to be really cool. So we're going to be able to see that. We're supposed to have a pig roast over at someone's house, and that's going to be fun. We're going to be able to witness that. But that's also for, you guys know that the Guardians are my team. Their home opener is also April 8th. So downtown Cleveland is going to be a shit show and a half, and I will not be attending that home opener. I will not be touching nowhere near downtown Cleveland because that place is going to be an absolute ruckus. But yeah, needless to say, I'm still pissed at the fact that we have to wait 2.5 hours to still watch my team play. So we can't. Jarryd can't even talk shit about my team because we don't know what the hell happens.
Well, can't.
I saw that you guys were down 3-0 early, and in my mind, I was thinking, oh boy, Jarrett's about to get the business pause. But I thought I was gonna be able to give you some shit, and then of course,
yeah, it came back. I wasn't expecting it, but we did. Juan Soto, welcome to the Yankees. I appreciate your service right now.
Juan Soto, you can go fuck yourself. This is just a sad time. So right now, as of this moment, the Cubs and Rangers just started. So that's the only game that's going on as of this moment when we're recording. And then we have 3 games that start at 10 o'clock. You have Guardians Athletics, Red Sox Mariners, and Rockies Diamondbacks. So we'll see. In terms of just overall baseball, glad to have it back. It's going to be fun. Yep. I'm hoping next month I will be at PNC Park early on in the year. Obviously, if you guys didn't see last week, so give you guys an update. I'll kind of give you guys for any new viewers out there. NFL draft season. If you guys are going to be in the city of Pittsburgh the night of night 1 of the NFL draft, let me know, because I will be in Pittsburgh. I'll be a part of the Draft Nations, the Draft 412 draft party. That's going to be an absolute blast. And yeah, if you guys are going to be in the city at all, even the night before, I'm thinking about, instead of going in just Thursday morning, I'm thinking about going in Wednesday and going to the Pirates game that Wednesday night. So if anyone's going to be at that game, or if you're going to be just in the city, let me know. I'll come and say what's up. We could chat it up. We could talk about how the Steelers are going to trade up to number 4 for Marvin Harrison Jr. And
okay. All right.
I'm just kidding there, but yeah. So we got that going on. So yeah, the draft is less than a month away.
It's flying.
It is flying by. We have a mock draft that we're going to show you guys. We haven't looked at a mock draft in a while.
No, we have not.
It's been maybe close to a month since we have looked at a mock draft.
Which is a lot has changed.
Yeah, and there, like you said, there is a lot that has changed. As we get closer and closer, this is the smoke screen season that we are in, where we are hearing all kinds of wacky shit. We are hearing that could JJ McCarthy go number 2 or number 3 overall. We are hearing, all kinds of madness that's going on. And listen, I love the draft season. I love the process. I love, looking over prospects and doing all that. But when it comes to the social media part of it, in terms of just hearing all the nonsense, I mean, I could go out there right now and just say I have a source telling me that someone's gonna just, you name whatever narrative, agenda, whatever the hell you want to push, you can say, and it's like it's smokescreen season pisses me off.
It's dumb, but I love the drama. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's especially with what's been if you guys have not been on X this week, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it.
I have not.
Just look up Caleb Williams.
Oh, that I've seen.
You know what? And I'm going to make a comment on that because obviously I know that Twitter's not real. Internet's not real.
It's not real.
It's a bunch of internet warriors. I get that. But there are genuine people that are out there that actually will have this opinion. And here's my honest to God opinion. Because we've seen all the I saw he's LGBTQB1 jokes or whatever. Because if you guys didn't see the video he was at, I want to say a USC basketball game, and it looked like he had a pink iPhone and all that. You guys know about it. Yep. It looks like he had pink lipstick on, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, first and foremost, if that's what he's into, that's what he's into.
Yep.
So, and the other thing, too, like, is with the nails, for an example. The nails, it's like, am I personally a big fan of, like, having them colored like that? No. But if you want to go and get, like, a clear coat on them to kind of make them look nice, I got no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with that. The pink iPhone, shit, one of my favorite colors is pink. I love the color pink. So if it involves anything the color pink, I ain't gonna dog him for it because I like the color myself. I wear the color. I got shorts, I got shoes, I got hats, I got shirts that are that color. I like the color pink. Pink to me means something special because of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that means something to me. But that, to me, people are just good. They're going to say whatever. But I think at the end of the day, listen, he's good. Whatever that the case. People, I mean, look at Dennis Rodman from the 90s. Dennis Rodman, oh my God, he was. But you know what the issue was? Dennis Rodman was doing it while he was already on a winning team and he was an NBA champion.
Yep.
Caleb Williams doing all that. And I think it's on top of all the other stuff that has been said about him. And I think a lot, like, it's so funny. Like, I'll go on and say, for example, Facebook, which, by the way, sports Facebook is some of the funniest. You'll see some of the most out of the blue things ever. Like Steeler Facebook, for an example, is some of the funniest shit ever. It really is. But like you'll see all kinds of people like making up comments at what he said and this, that, and the third, and it's like, okay, now we're just
it's just a little too much. It's too much. You know, it is what it is. You know, like come on.
Yeah, I'm just
talk about football here. We're not talking about looks here. Come on.
Yeah, overall, when it comes to Caleb Williams, it's just out of proportion. It's just so.
We're here for football. We're here.
People are going to be people. How many of them? Like I know, like one of my friends' little brothers. He's like 15 years old, and he'll go on Twitter, and he'll do the typical like Stan account things that they do, and it's like, okay, you know what, whatever. And it's just a bunch of them, so and a bunch of keyboard warriors. It's like whatever. But yeah, when you want to talk about the overall football, then we can talk.
Yep. But
that's my little piece on Caleb Williams. In terms of, let's get real quick into some of the rule changes for the NFL because a
lot has changed.
A lot has changed. Let's talk about, I think, in my opinion, what I think is the big one, and that's the hip drop tackle.
I hate it.
Well, I've come to this conclusion.
Oh, boy.
Offensive players love it. Defensive players hate it. Mm-hmm. Coincidental? I wonder why. Mm-hmm. Listen, I understand wanting to keep things safe. Mm-hmm. I understand that. I'm just, and former players like JJ Watt has said, listen, when you play this game, you know what you're getting yourself into. When I played, just going back to high school football, I knew what I was getting myself into. You know that there's a chance that you can get hurt. It's a violent sport. It's a physical sport. And what do you expect when you have a safety trying to tackle Derrick Henry? It's a lot easier said than done.
You go for the legs. You have to.
And sometimes you have to do whatever you can. And it's just, I partially feel like, I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers have something to do with this. Mm. And the reason why I say that is because, remember back when Mike Tomlin was on Big Ben's podcast?
Yep.
And Mike Tomlin said when Big Ben had asked who was better, the 2008 Steeler defense or the 2010, and he said that, and Mike Tomlin said that the 2010 Steeler defense was a main reason for the player safety initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like ever since that's gone, and you keep on going and going. So it feels like every time we get a new rule changes like this, it's like, I think the Steelers held some sort of responsibility for that. But I'm not a fan of it. And of course, offensive players are going to love it because now it's a better chance for them to get yards and all this and that, blah, blah, blah. And listen, defensive-minded players have a whole different mindset than
the offense,
than an offensive player. Let's be honest here. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm overall not a fan. And for those that are watching, drop a comment down below. What are your overall thoughts on this? Because
Art Rooney was against it and he still voted for it. They don't want to be on the losing side.
Yep. So some of the other rule changes that were approved, coaches can make a third challenge if one of their two are successful. So before it was if you were 2 for 2, then you got a third challenge. And if you were 1 of 2, then, well, that's it. You're done. Now it's if you're 1 of 2, you get a third challenge. I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I'm still a little torn. Like I'm in between. I Ask me towards the beginning of the season. Let me say this. Ask me when it benefits the Steelers or when it affects the Steelers. Then I'll give you my answer.
There you go. I was just you beat me to it. It's basically is it going to be whatever it's good when it helps us. It's bad when it doesn't help us. Basically, was that you beat to the point. Everyone's going to be 50-50 on it. Which for me, it's like I guess all right. It is what it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's all right.
Replay can now be used to overturn a ruling that a quarterback was down or out of bounds before throwing a pass. This I like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like that a lot because it's going to be able to make the correct call more. Mm-hmm. Replay can now be used to determine whether the game clock expired before the ball was snapped. I'm surprised this hasn't been done earlier. The hip drop, we've already talked about that. Here's the other one.
Oh, here we go.
The kickoff rule.
I don't know how I feel about this one.
The kickoff rules have changed to a low impact kick, similar to what was used in the XFL. Well, the Steelers said, all right, new kickoff rule changes. All right, we'll just go and get the best kickoff returner in history in Cordell Patterson.
Yep.
So which I'm trying to think, when is the last time that we've had a kickoff return for a touchdown?
Not a kickoff return, no. A punt return I remember was Deontay in Arizona. That was
You know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. The last time that I think we've had a kickoff return for a touchdown was Juju's rookie year in 2017 against the Browns.
That's right. I think you're right on that one because I can't think. We gotten close. A couple of years, but I think you're right. Yeah, I think you nailed it.
And again, if you guys are watching this, let me know down below if I'm right or wrong. That's just kind of because I remember that because, well, first off, it's against the Browns. I'm always going to remember fun things against them because, well, why wouldn't I? But in terms of this, it's just
going to be different. It's just going to be feeling weird. It's just I love the running head start. I get with the safety. It's change. Just have to adapt to it.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Players are going to have to adapt to it.
Yeah, I'm just.
No one wants to change. I'm torn too. It is what it is. I love I love it the way it originally was, but now I get to see it from that standpoint. I guess it's just going to look weird the first game, whatever week 1, whoever plays first. First kickoff.
Yeah, we shall. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Football is just going away more and more from what and it's all about the nostalgia. It's all about what we grew up on and how the game has changed and all this and that, blah, blah, blah. Sucks, but you know what? It's the world that we're in. And
it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. I think it's time.
All right. Let's see this mock draft.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Because I have no idea what this is going to be. All right, I know what number 1, the first couple picks.
Well, I think we all know who Caleb. I think we all knew that Caleb Williams was going to be inevitable. I mean, that's just we don't really have to discuss this much.
No.
Here's where I think it gets interesting, though, is at number 2.
Oh boy.
And I'm curious to see how they have it. Okay.
Not shocking.
What have I been saying?
You've been saying it.
I've been saying this since the very beginning of the draft process.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised. Everyone thought that it was going to be Caleb Williams 1, Drake May 2, and Jaden Daniels number 3. Something tells me that Washington is and I think I've come to more of a thought on why I think Washington would want someone like a Jaden Daniels over a Drake May. I had this thought earlier today. I think that when they go back and they traded for RG3,
Yep.
you look at the guy that was athletic as hell, who was able to make plays with his legs, who still had a hell of an arm, and he got hurt, and he didn't get to live out to his full potential.
Yep.
I think they want to go after someone like that again.
Yep.
And hope they can keep him healthy. And you could get that kind of impact from Jaden Daniels. Now, is Drake May, I think, is more quote-unquote NFL ready.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jaden Daniels, you have a whole lot of upside. I think he's athletic as hell. I think he's someone who, if I'm I forget who their backup quarterback is right now.
It's Marcus Mariota.
Okay, so they got Mariota, and look, like you mentioned here, Cliff Kingsbury. He's worked with guys who's been real mobile and athletic with quarterbacks like Kyler Murray. So he's going to have that ability to work with Jaden Daniels, and I like this idea for Washington. I think a little bit more than Drake May.
Oh yeah, and saw the clip that the LSU said it dropped a little Washington in there.
Yeah,
in the pro day.
So let's move on to number. Oh,
wow.
There's
no way.
Now, by the way, let me preface my saying this. Me and Jarryd have not looked at this mock draft at all.
No,
we don't. So you guys are getting our true raw reactions. Now,
there's no way. Let me say this: not no way, very unlikely, in my opinion. At number 3, he's a winner. Yes. This would such be a Bill Belichick. Well, he's not there anymore. All right, Gerard Mayo's first quarterback. Jesus.
You know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And probably in the last 12 seconds, I've talked myself into this.
Oh my gosh, I can see it, in the description. It says it all, which I understand if it. Oh man, I had to process this. But
listen, I take away the Michigan stuff. I wasn't gonna go there.
Yep.
I think with the kind of offense that they might want to run, JJ McCarthy would fit that phenomenally.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they want to try to run a lot of play action, bootleg, get him some easy throws in the intermediate game or in the flats with yourself and get yourself a nice run game, I think I could I've talked myself into someone like this. He's a winner, like you mentioned. He's only lost one game in college.
Yep.
I could talk myself into this a little bit. But
I
now
can see the fit.
But now the question becomes, before we look at pick number 4, what is going to happen? Because you have Arizona at number 4. Do we think that if you're in Arizona,
mm-hmm.
So now you have Drake May still out there. You have Bo Nix, who I know is not going to go here, but eventually he's going to be in the discussion. Michael Penix. He's someone that we hadn't talked about in a little bit in terms of round 1 quarterbacks, because we didn't think that he was going to be a first-round quarterback, but I think he's starting to get back into that picture. And here's a discussion and I put this tweet out there earlier, and when I tweeted this out, and I tagged Jarryd in this.
Mm-hmm.
With the Steelers being at pick number 20, the best case scenario
mm-hmm.
is to have all 6 quarterbacks go in the first 19 picks.
Oh, it is.
If you get 5 quarterbacks, you get a quarter of the draft that goes before you to be quarterbacks.
I think there's going to be 4, though, at the end of the day.
Are you sure about that, though?
I'm pretty...
Are you sure about that?
Because what? You got Williams.
So you have the top 3.
Drake May.
We still have to talk about Minnesota.
Top 3.
You still have to talk about Minnesota.
I think
you still have to talk about Denver.
Denver gets one of them.
You still have to talk about Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think one of them will get it.
So there's 3 teams right there that could be possible quarterback needy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where the discussion comes into play. If you're Arizona at number 4, you'll have the chance to go after one of the best wide receiver prospects that we've seen in recent history. Or do you if you get an offer that you can't refuse, where you're able to benefit yourself in this draft and next year's draft?
I say you take it. Depending on the offer, of course. If it's a really good offer, can't refuse.
Like, it's because if you're one of those teams, so say for an example, let's just throw out the Denver Broncos. Mm-hmm. The Denver Broncos at pick number 4. Now, they're probably pissed because I think Denver would really want JJ.
Yep.
So they're pissed. But if they still really want a quarterback and say that they like Drake May, mm-hmm. Who's to say that they wouldn't try to trade up to number 4? Let's not also forget about the Giants either, pick number 6. So there are multiple teams that could possibly go after quarterbacks here. So I think this is where the intrigue really starts to kick in. But that's what makes this so fun. Let's go to number 4 because I'm curious.
It's got to be Marv.
Okay. So in this situation, Arizona sticks with the pick and they go after Marvin Harrison Jr. Not mad at that pick at all.
Okay.
Pick number 5, the LA Chargers, they go after Joe Alt. Now, this is something that...
Wow, really?
I'm not surprised by this at all. Because in my mind, even going back to our mock draft 1.0 show, it was to me, do I have them going after Brock Bowers, the tight end, or do I want them to go after the offensive tackle, Joe Alt? Now, in my opinion there, I had thought, why not go after the pass catcher? And now, since then, you've lost Keenan Allen. Now you've lost Mike Williams. Now, right now, your top 2 wide receivers, if I'm not mistaken, are Quentin Johnston and Josh Palmer.
You are correct.
So if you are pick number 5, if you're the LA Chargers, I know you got to protect Justin Herbert. I think, and yep. I still, you can still talk. Brock Bowers here would be a highly good pick because of the fact that Jim Harbaugh uses tight end so much.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at the pick.
Not bad. It's just the receiver. I feel like it's more needy.
I feel like they need to, especially when you're in that division with that team in Kansas City. You have to deal with them.
You need a receiver. I think with after free agency going through, I think they are most likely to either get Brock Bowers or a receiver. I don't know if they go tackle anymore. They haven't signed anybody, if I haven't heard.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think they have, and if they have, it's not anyone.
Yeah,
crazy.
So,
all right, pick number 6. So the Giants take Malik Neighbors. Okay.
Fine.
So if you're one of those QB needy teams, you're thinking to yourself, all right, they get themselves the receiver that they need because we've talked about this before. The Giants need a receiver. They need a dog, especially now since they've lost probably arguably their best offensive weapon in Saquon Barkley to go into the Philadelphia. They desperately need to get something on offense badly.
I think, for sure. I agree. No arguments here.
Number 7, the Tennessee Titans select Olu Fashanu. So this now we go back to the pick that I'm not going to argue with at all.
No argue. No, they need a tackle. Joel Alt's gone. Go for the next one, next in line.
Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. They go after Dallas Turner. So this is a
very popular pick here.
This is a pick that I had in my mock draft.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they had gotten their quarterback, so now they go after and get themselves an edge rusher. So I like this idea a lot for them.
Agreed.
Number 9, the Chicago Bears go after Rome Odunze.
Mm-hmm.
So my
Nice.
question would be to then, would this end up becoming the Pittsburgh Steelers pick and we somehow finesse Ryan Poles for a third time?
All right, here we go.
I think Ryan Poles is going to get to a point where he just sees Pittsburgh's number calling and he's like, goodbye. I'm not going to even take your call. But no, in all seriousness, I like this pickup a lot for Chicago.
It's a good wide receiver room.
Very good, because now you got DJ Moore, you have Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. You're getting Caleb Williams some weapons. And I feel like I may or may not be forgetting a name.
I think I am too.
Okay, well maybe not, but yeah, overall you're putting Caleb Williams in a very good situation in terms of the receivers you're putting around him. So I like that pickup a lot. Number 10, the New York Football Jets. They go after Brock Bowers. So in this case, both tackles were gone.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not going to make my comments on Civil War era tackles that they had still have, but yeah, I think them going after a tackle now, I think, is kind of in the back burner.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I mean, hey, Aaron Rodgers likes throwing the tight ends.
Yes, he does.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. Number 11, Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is where I just wait a minute.
What?
I just realized he didn't have Drake May going in the top 10.
Yep.
Holy shit. So does that mean okay? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I was just about to say, does that mean he goes number 11?
Well, there it is.
Interesting.
Does really Drake May fall that far?
I mean, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you're ecstatic that Drake May was able to fall right in your lap. I just think if you're Minnesota, if you are Denver, if you are Las Vegas, I think one of those three teams are going to feel like they need to trade up to try and jump those other two teams.
Yep.
Unless if you're in this situation and you just think, holy shit, how is Drake May falling like this? Then we'll go from there. But I think overall, Kevin O'Connell, this would be a hell of a pickup for that offense. I think he'd be able to run that offense pretty damn good. And then obviously you got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm just a little surprised to see him falling this far.
Possibility, but I don't know. We'll see. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. All over the place.
All right, number 12. So the Denver Broncos, they go after Jarryd Verse. Okay, so now my question to them would be, the hell are you doing at quarterback?
Who's their quarterback on the roster right now?
Did they sign someone and I just didn't see it?
Who's their quarterback on the roster right now? That's the question I want to know. Please look that up. I'm glad you're doing this now. Who is the quarterback right now for the Denver Broncos?
Let's see here. So according to OurLads.com, right now their quarterback would be Jarrett Stidham.
Oh, yeah. You want to see Jarrett Stidham start.
But then I guess that makes you wonder, do they not like Bo Nix? Don't blame me for that. Or do they not like the Michael Penix thing either? I don't know. Sean Payton's been talking about how he really wants a quarterback.
We'll see. But that sounds like they're going to trade up for one. They're going to have to.
We'll see. Number 13, the Las Vegas Raiders go after Tyrese Fuaga. So then I guess I have to ask myself your question. Again, is there someone that I'm forgetting?
Nope, AOC. is this Aiden O'Connell. Am I not missing? Am I missing somebody? I hope not.
Nope, it is Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew.
Oh, Gardner. Oh, it might be Gardner. I think. We'll see.
Or Anthony Brown.
There's no way it's Anthony Brown. Sorry.
So yeah, I guess we're just put myself on repeat on what I just said about Denver to Las Vegas.
Pretty
so
much.
I guess they have just chalked up the division already.
Yep, it sounds like Kansas City is going to win it already.
All right, number 14. The New Orleans Saints go after J.C. Latham.
Oh,
okay.
I love this already. Love that already. Though I don't want J.C. Latham.
So, I mean, yeah. He mentions here Ryan Ramchek's knee. He might possibly not play in 2024. I think in terms of the consensus, J.C. Latham is probably the best right tackle. I personally don't agree with that, but he's up there, one of the top two in terms of right tackles. So, but yeah, New Orleans Saints, thank you. Please do it. Please. I triple dog dare you. You won't. All right, number 15, the Indianapolis Colts. They select Quinion Mitchell,
Great pick.
I'm mad at it.
Nah, great pick.
I'm not mad at it at all.
Great pick. I like it.
Number 16, the Seattle Seahawks. They go after Troy Fautanu, the offensive tackle from Washington here. So I think unless, again, in terms of full-on free agency, I've been so worked up and just finishing up, draft prospects and stuff that I haven't worried too much about free agency outside of the Steelers. Mm-hmm. In terms of just their defensive line, I mean, they went out, they got Leonard Williams.
Yep.
I mean, you got Jarryd Reed, you have Draymond Jones, who you signed last year. I just think with how bad that they were, I guess the run up the middle. I mean, you still have the pick of the litter of whatever interior defensive lineman you want.
Yep.
I mean, you could go there, but I mean, unless I remember our talk with Joe from Draft 412, he mentioned like, hey, do you want to use a first round capital on an interior defensive lineman? So I guess if you want it, you could justify it a lot more using on an offensive tackle. But
yep,
I just think maybe in terms of how bad they were last year against the run,
I thought they would still get a defensive tackle.
But
still,
we'll see. Number 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They go after Terrion Arnold. So
a great pick.
In this case, me and Herb, we talked about this on the mock draft show, and me and him have talked about this off air for a while. We talked about how we've talked ourselves into a long time ago into Quinion Mitchell possibly being cornerback 1.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last year, everyone and their mother thought that I forget who it was that everyone thought was going to be cornerback 1, and it ended up being Devin Witherspoon.
Yep.
So you never know how that's going to go. But, I mean, just overall, in terms of the Jaguars, you're more the Jags guy, so you would be able to speak more on that.
No, it's a great pick. They need secondary help really bad. There's nobody out there.
All right, number 18, the Cincinnati Bengals, and I guess just call them the Cincinnati Tigers. Just turn this logo into
LSU.
Purple and yellow. Because so you have an LSU quarterback and your top 2 wide receivers are LSU guys.
Did they sign a tackle during free agency?
Yes. Yes, they did.
That's probably the only reason why I see they go Brian Thomas here.
Yes, I'm 99% sure that they did. I'm looking that up here.
Who did they sign that would be like, oh, we can go get another weapon because we still have teams.
Well, they got Trent Brown. Brown and Orlando Brown. So those two are their offensive tackles. So they So yes, they did go out and get someone in free agency for that.
So they're really thinking receiver. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no,
yeah,
it makes
true.
sense if you're not.
It makes
If
sense.
you would address your tackle position, so the next thing you need to do is because we sort of know what's going on with the T. Higgins situation.
Yep, it's true. It's true. Man, wow, what an offense that would be.
And
What an
yeah, that.
offense.
Oh man,
1, 2, and 3.
that's
That's not fair.
Yeah, that's just nasty. That's nasty work. Number 19. So now, talking about the Steelers for a sec. Number 19, you're guaranteed to get one of the two.
Oh, yeah.
You're guaranteed to get either JPJ, Jack Spowers-Johnson, or Amarius Mims.
The top 2 picks, I think, till draft night is going to be, there at 20. I think.
So, in that situation, if you wanted to go that route, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at number 19, the Rams get Byron Murphy.
Yep.
Now both of them are on the board.
That's possible as well. Very possible.
All right, let's take a guess here.
My guess that he goes with JPJ.
I think that he's going to say that we're going to lose both quarterbacks at the end of the year, and we're going to get both. No, I'm just kidding.
If I see Bo Nix on 20, please.
No, you wouldn't. But real quick, okay, so they get Amarius Mims.
Okay, that's good. That's what I would prefer.
Okay, so then.
Yeah, see,
but you know what though? If you okay, so then let me ask this question: if you're the Steelers at pick number 20, and Amarius Mims and Jackson Powers-Johnson are both gone, where do you go from there? Because I think there are 3 names that I can think of that I would go with at that point.
I think Cooper DeJean at 20.
That's not the name I was thinking of.
Possibly. It's not. I don't think so, but who 3 other names?
There are 3.
All on offense?
Yes.
Are we thinking about it's got to be another tackle and a receiver? If I had to guess. I don't know.
Zach Frazier?
Really that high?
Graham Barton?
That's
or a Donnie Mitchell.
Be worth it at 20 though. If they're both are gone, I see what you're saying.
If both of them are gone, yes, and it's a legit conversation that you have to have.
I just see it's very unlikely. I think one of them will be there. I think, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I would go with more of the. Wow, the 3 names. I don't hate the Cooper DeJean pick at 20 though too.
I just think I feel like
I know offense is more.
I think I especially agree. With the upgrades that you have made on at the quarterback position, you need to go and invest into that offensive line more. And I'm not mad at it. Listen,
I'm just throwing.
If they're passing up on JPJ, but they get Amarius Mims, all right, cool. I'm mad at it. Obviously, then just it becomes a question of what are you going to do up the middle.
Yep.
But I think if you have the other 4 positions being Broderick Jones at left, say Malu at guard, Daniels at right guard, and then Mims at right tackle. 4 of the 5 is pretty damn good as long as you get someone that can snap the ball.
I know who's available.
And who would that be?
MC is still available.
Okay, we're just gonna remove Jarryd from the chat.
Apparently, Connor Williams is not healthy. It's another name that I've been hearing about, a free agent, but he's not going to be back till later in the season. Just throwing a name out there.
We could try to trade for our old friend Kendrick Green again.
Oh. Please, you can stay there. But it's a legit question because the Steelers don't have a center if this situation happens, unless they sign somebody before the draft.
I mean, we'll see.
It's just that's one of my big questions. What are they going to do at the center position? Are they going to get JPJ or they're going to sign someone in free agency?
It's going to be interesting to see. All right. Number 20. So in terms of Jax Powers Johnson, they need offensive line help. I ain't got no issues with that pick. Number 22, the Philadelphia Eagles. They go after Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid.
I got my Kool-Aid right here. It's called. It's called Buffalo Trace. But yeah, they need a corner bad. Mm-hmm. They need secondary help bad. They just need overall defensive help and to help out good old boy KP8 or KP16 or whatever the hell his number is over there.
Yeah, it is 16. You are correct.
Yikes. That's all I can say to that. Yikes.
It is yikes.
Number 23, the Minnesota Vikings go after Cooper DeJean. So they get the cornerback. They get their usual corner.
Yep. And I hope this should be the right one.
Keyword. Should. We'll see. Number 14, the Dallas Cowboys. They select Graham Barton. So we just talked about Graham Barton a little bit ago, and here they go. So Dallas goes and gets some to go and get some offensive line help. Now it's going to be curious to see what's going to happen with them in the next year or so with the quarterback position.
Oh, yeah.
Because of Dak Prescott, it's going to be a little interesting. It's going to be fun to see some drama.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15, the Green Bay Packers, they go after Peyton Wilson. Okay, so this is the first. I think this is legitimately the first time in 4 months looking at mock drafts that I've seen an off-ball linebacker come off in the first round.
Let me just correct you. You said 15. This is number 25.
Or 25. Maybe I need to drink more. Maybe I need to have another one. At 25. But yeah, this is the first off-ball linebacker that I have seen come off in the first round. The whole process, but I think the fact that their boy Cooper DeJean is gone, I'm like, well, shit. So,
yep,
it's gonna be interesting.
Yep. Agreed.
Number 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Make sure I'll say it correctly. They got Leatu Latu. Which, by the way, this is tremendous value.
For them? Oh, yeah.
Tremendous value for Leatu Latu.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, this thumbs up. That's all I can do. Thumbs up.
Great pick.
Number 27, the Arizona Cardinals. They go after Darius Robinson, the defensive end from Missouri. This is a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
He is a big old boy. And, hey, listen, I like Darius Robinson. I think he has I like him because of the fact that I think he's versatile in terms of he's the scheme diverse. Yep. He could play 3-4, 4-3. He's played in multiple spots on that defensive line. So he can play standing up. He can play it with the hand in the dirt. So he adds that kind of versatility. And with Arizona, you got yourself your wide receiver. Now you get your pass rusher. I think you've done yourself a very good service for your organization and night one if this is how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Number 28, the Buffalo Bills. They go after Jerzon Newton, the defensive tackle from Illinois. Yeah, I think if they don't go after
receiver more,
I think if it's not a receiver, then this would not surprise me at all.
No.
So, number 29, the Detroit Lions. They still go after Chop Robinson.
I love this bit.
Which, by the way, in terms of another position situation that they may be dealing with over there in Detroit. In terms of Cam Sutton, first and foremost, hope that he's alive. Like, we haven't heard about him. We haven't seen him, heard him in weeks, whatever. So make sure that's all good. And then when that, once you figure that out, then he's got some issues to deal with. I know they released him. So we'll, it's not a good situation over there for that. But in terms of Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson, Job Robinson, hey.
I like the combo. Okay. I would like this fit.
And I think Chop Robinson is still a little raw, but I think Aiden is going to be able to help him out a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Agreed.
Number 30, the Baltimore Ravens. They go after Tyler Guyton, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma here. So now, Morgan Moses, as he mentions here, Morgan Moses gone. Ronnie Stanley, he's about as healthy as me right now. Or he's about as healthy as I was in October. If you know, you know. So Baltimore, and we all know how important offensive line is over there, especially with them trying to being able to run the ball. We all know how important that is. So, I got no issues with that. And again, you want to talk about at 31, another great value?
Wow, Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins at 31. If you're San Francisco, you have to love that pick.
Agreed.
Love that pick. And pick number 32, the Kansas City Chiefs, they go after Kamari Lassiter, the corner from Georgia here. And I think with the amount of corners that there are, this is the first time. I mean, obviously I've known of Lassiter with the names, but I think with the amount of corners that there are, I mean, so we talk about Nate Wiggins is gone, Terrion Arnold is gone, Kool-Aid is gone, Cooper DeJean's gone, Quinny Mitchell is gone. You still have guys like Ennis Rakestraw, who I think is a legit first-round guy. Then there are a couple of names that you can maybe see squeak in the back of the first round, but I like the overall position, especially now since they have added a little bit to the wide receiver room. I still wouldn't rule that out to begin with, but
no, but Snead's gone though.
But yeah, Snead is gone to Tennessee, which, by the way, I saw Steeler fans bitching that why couldn't we do that? Listen, especially as I would have let Snead the money.
The money. It's money. That's the only reason.
That's why I wasn't super mad at it.
Yep. Agreed.
But yeah. So that's it. That is the first mock draft that we've gone over in quite some time. And your boys, Michael Penix and Bo Nix, did not make it into this mock draft, so they will be there tomorrow. Actually, you should not be saying "thank God." You should be saying "damn it." Why couldn't a couple of those teams take them earlier?
Yeah, but still, man, I don't know.
No.
I get what you're saying.
No.
When I drafted a quarterback, chill out.
No. I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about, hey, Minnesota. Hey, Denver. Hey, Las Vegas. You want to draft them? Please and thank you. Love you.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
So I think that's where that's what needs to happen. But I think I think this is about it for this episode.
I agree.
It is 8:31. I still have to wait an hour and a half. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. And I'm probably gonna end up falling asleep, and then we're gonna somehow probably lose 2-0 to the Athletics. So yeah, that's my look of how things are gonna probably go. But I do want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. And till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Follow both of us on Twitter. And you know the rules. It's go Steelers. Fuck the Browns. Steelers. Ravens. Bengals. If you want to just go ahead and throw that jersey, just throw it in the trash. Because it's fuck that team. By the way, I've been rewatching The Francisco Lindor Grand Slam in 2017. That video has been living rent-free in my head all day. Lindor with a swing and a drive.
Yeah.
And it's gone. Santa Maria. And then you just get Chad Green just looking salty. You just get Gary Sanchez.
All right.
A salty little.
I'll see you later.
Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Oh, and by the way, fuck the Magic too. Goodbye.